Alright, abusia yemo bibi akwaba emfa Obramege TV and platform we eso. Ene Afenyo Markins emiti ni mita. Our parliament. In fact, Honorable Emmanuel Beja, our MP for Whole West, Eka Treni say you are improperly dressed. In fact, go and dressed and come. Abusia, den ena saa nsem we na ehyasia. Ni na ne se owura ye friend no Kinsini Nyako erezi consensus bi se orezi korum se before so mbe debate wo bibi ho no. In fact, MPs are omo Parliament House no endru number se omo ye nti speaker ebeya enka oma some specific time bi na omo ntimi enye den encall for members of parliament na omo metina se ebeya omo betimi aye parliamentary proceedings ebekoso we am a speaker the second deputy speaker yera ahnyafo Bernard ahnyafo den oda clerk ni ma omo di 10 minutes eto so na 10 minutes no baako mienu miensa etwagu ye na owura ye frɛ no Ahmed Jerry ono deputy minority leader or first time MP in parliament nti or MPP for side sorry no ka say Mr. Speaker 3 minutes etwagu out of 10 minutes no honom na in fact asem no Emmanuel Honorable Bejira honom na sorry say abrante we kura am say ye ko orientation e parliament no ye di omo for orientation no wa baby because baby anka be hu say time bia no clerk of parliament na omayeden omeja anya wo member of parliament. In fact honom the posture any enema o ye no na Afenyo Markin ono so sorry and I say how can you disrespect honorable member in the leadership like that although he is a first timer. In fact conversation no dey na no she the way na honorable Beja ebeka say no I was say unim parliamentary embra etisa or see a chiro because on one kasaba hono no he was taught and he was forced to learn and it is honorable Jerry Amedu Nsunya ombe force ne amnesia abusia very very interesting and say when na esi we speak anim but in fact we here na ensem no normal it speaker ankasa yenko na yenko tie ensem no se di esi koy hanom your number one authentic platform Bega TV mesto say obe subscribe no wa like dwumadi no wa share na bibia timi akoso yankopon hira yentie ensem no emfa embra.
The official report. Yes, Honorable Jerry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, just to bring to your notice that the 10 minutes have started counting, and now we have about 7 minutes. Just bringing that to your attention.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members.
Mr. Speaker, you just announced that the bell should be rung. So if you leave the counting of the time in the hands of members, we'll get you confused. So the clerk at table can handle the timing for all of us.
Honorable members, the clerks are my timekeeper. No member of parliament is my timekeeper. So when the 10 minutes is due, the clerks will prompt me. Official reports of Friday, 21st February 2025. All members, any correction? Yes, Honorable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, one of our duties in this chamber is to accord one another respect, show courtesy, so that we can live together in this chamber as a family, although we may have our views. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Jerry Ahmed is in leadership. he is one of the 5 on the minority side. He raised an issue of time to draw the attention of the chair. Mr. Speaker, and I know also that honorable member for Ho Central West, Ho West, thank you for the correction, Honorable Bejra. Mr. Speaker, though he didn't speak into the mic, but he got up rudely, throwing his hands. Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect, the least we can do is to extend courtesies. He's in leadership. If you disagree with him, you calmly rise from your place like I did. When you catch the eye of the speaker, you tell Mr. Speaker what your prayer is. When Mr. Speaker rules, you either abide or you use the right processes to challenge it. Mr. Speaker, my colleague is in leadership. I do not think that it is appropriate for him to receive such a treatment from a senior member in the way and manner that Honorable Bejra did. In this chamber, it's now obvious to us that you don't need to act for records to capture you, to trigger even a petition. We are enjoying the new president. So we have taken notice of his conduct. He didn't need to speak into the mic. And I'm pleading with Mr. Speaker that this having been brought to your attention, please address it. I humbly submit, sir.
What are you bringing to my attention?
Mr. Speaker, with respect, I am bringing to you the rude conduct of our colleague, because when the application was made, he rudely shouted on him. He raised his voice.
What exactly did he say?
Mr. Speaker, it's a disorderly conduct.
What exactly did Honorable Bajra
Mr. Speaker,
stated?
He is right here. He shouted, "What is this? What is this?" That is what he did, throwing his hand. Mr. Speaker, oh, okay. Don't worry.
Honorable members, are you done? Honorable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, because of the noise that came from the other side, I wanted to wait on them so that I can advance my points, sir.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, for me, if we all agree to extend courtesies, we should do so. Honorable Jerry Ahmed is a leader, and he brought the matter to your attention. The posture of Honorable Bajra and the way he acted is not appropriate. In the least, he is his leader, though he is senior. But once somebody is even a first timer and is made a leader, all courtesies and respect must be accorded him. I do not think that it was appropriate for him to use those words against Honorable Jerry Ahmed, although it didn't go into the mic. That is all my prayer for your attention.
Honorable members, before giving the floor to Honorable Emmanuel Bajra, I ordered that wherever the minority leader used the word rude should be expunged from the record. Honorable Bajra, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I agree that Honorable Jerry is in leadership and should be giving the courtesy. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I want to draw attention to the fact that the minority leader is improperly dressed. This is not parliamentary dress. This is unparliamentary. And Mr. Speaker, you must ask him to go back and dress and come properly to the floor of the House. Mr. Speaker, I want the minority leader to bring to the House the statement that I've made to the effect that it's unruly to the leader from his side. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, you have ruled from Order 64 which says that the bell should be rung, and you called the clerk to ring the bell, and that is in order according to our order, and that is in order according to our order. And so, why would any member, having heard you clearly stated that the bell should be rung, who rise again to that effect that we have 7 minutes to the time of your ruling? What does that mean? So I stood up to show to him, to tell him that because he wasn't at home, they were not at the orientation program, and when the speaker is speaking and giving ruling, you also stand. These are some of the things that we need to learn as new members of the House. You can be in leadership, but if you don't know it, you don't know it, and you must learn. And our leader, our friend Jerry, must learn the rules of this House and start interrupting anyhow. We'll continue to help them. Mr. Speaker, when I came to this House, the first thing that happened to me when I started speaking was that Honorable Papa Osu Nkrumah stood up more than 3 times just to interrupt me. And after that, he called me and said, I did this because I want you to learn the rules of the House. Jerry must learn the rules of the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, in the absence of any correction, the official report, yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I believe that I brought a matter to your attention. The member who got up, in fact, did not deny his action, but went further to attack the honorable colleague in leadership. Mr. Speaker, you should learn and all. You heard it, so I wouldn't want to repeat it. Mr. Speaker, what is it that he did that makes him think that his rising to draw your attention to a matter amounted to he acting wrongly? Mr. Speaker, we would continue to extend courtesies to colleagues and to the chair. If we bring matters to your attention and nothing is done, and even the member who is the offending party decides to escalate it by going after the member who is complaining in such a manner, Mr. Speaker, what it means is that it will create a platform for this House to condescend. It may create a platform for this House to condescend. He has condescended by the words he is used against a leader on this side. I see 3 of our colleagues in leadership on the other side seated. 3 of our colleagues in leadership, at least. Honorable Ricketts is the acting leader, and he's heard words that are being used to describe a leader on our side. To end it, he now goes further to talk about my dressing. With respect, Mr. Speaker, this is Gubavera. This is Gubavera. When we were young, they call it a crutch for shirts, a gentleman's wear. Sometimes we should not use some form of ignorance to rather say things that we don't know. How do you say that Gubavera? No. How do you say it for Hansa to capture? That Gubavera is a shirt which, when one wears, it's amount to improper dressing and is not parliamentary. The last time somebody attempted to say that Gubavera is a pajamas, and Mr. Speaker corrected that person. This is a gentleman's shirt, very unique.
You are trying to. Where are you going? Oh, where are you going?
Very, very unique. So, Mr. Speaker, to gloss over it would mean that the chair is indirectly endorsing what he has said. Mr. Speaker, I have said time without number in this chamber that we in the minority are observing a certain trend of precedence. There is no problem. We are observing it. And if these continue, Hansard will record, and I'm sure that one day would all rely on it as a good authority. If nothing is done about it, I so submit.
Enjabusia sana ekosiye. Misi Ghana pa Ghana esiri o. Ghana esiri pa. Awuzafo eyezo entino saa die we entino na omo agya ato hono na omo ka asem omo agya Ghana enkofo ho kyerɛ mo ene light dundum enkofo adwuma abɔ omo agya we nyina ato hono ena omo ka mutual respect ho asem wo emreko a wo Afenyo Markin o ka no point blank say mutual mo can say the least thing to be expected from new members of parliament. But said the Bejraka, me I see no disrespect in it because he was telling the truth. And what Afenyo Markin, some instances I want make a lot of argument our parliament or even your posture and how you talk when you cry no. Senke Makia and Kawono, you have disrespected a lot of members of parliament, even the speaker, to the extent that we challenge the speaker of parliament, what are you trying to insinuate? What are you trying to say? I didn't have a watch there. Afenyo Markin, I say, oh no. Eko obia be dwani onu ndwani bi. Say obia so be dwani onu ndwani bi. Nani adin. Masa parliament emfa ni odi neko. Ye di embra. Enka chairman se bonso entimin control MPP members of parliament. She said any chairman se bonso tactics and na odi. But look at how our chairman se bonso we see handle MPP members of parliament. Emma majority of them win seat way back in 2020 election. 2017, right? 2017 election. Now she the 2020 elections acquire. She the 2024 elections acquire. So it tells you, Afenyo Markin, when it comes to leadership qualities, he lacks, but he will never commit himself to be taught. Omba from Emomon Chideno, Katashi, meaning Kokotisem, and I ma. Kokotisem, and I have Afenyo Markin ma. But to be humbled and be taught to know the why not be so sinya. Obinsu ye chena osinya or a member of parliament. Any question, are you the majority leader? Are you the speaker of parliament? Afenyo Markin, are you the speaker of parliament? It's ye can people don't understand. This Afenyo Markin will let MPP stay in opposition for a decade because whatever that he does in parliament, always deduct votes from their normal votes. Aumunya, MPP leadership, if you have nothing good to say, if you have any advice Afenyo Markin, because the oil is deducting a lot of votes, even when the election is not yet. Nti we yɛ nsɛm a ɛkɔ so wɔ parliament. Nti mesusu sɛ Honorable Bejira Whole West MP sɛm ɔkae no wanka ne bɔne so, na mmom ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ wo w'adwuma no no, wo w'adwuma ne sɛ waba bɛdi wo constituency ho nkɔmmɔ ɛne Ghana ho nkɔmmɔ. Adeɛ bɛma ɔman no to mpɔ no, you are not a timekeeper. That is why the clerk of the parliament, he or she is employed or was employed. You can't take somebody's work as a member of parliament. You must know your duties and your responsibilities as a member of parliament. It's your kawaya. What is the disrespect in this? What is the disrespect in this? Afenyo ubuefu okasa ain moyesa Hamza or capture and maybe bedroom as a 2 minutes. Why any two member Afenyo? Why need it to be man PP? And before, why need it to be more mobile? Election papa, because the strategy to steal the election MPP for NDC for capture. It's mono a bad thing. Some we need election because every election behind the moon is a muchagum and one you Ashanti region yenya or no say a chungumu. It you people should start learning your lessons before it gets to it gets too late. Etiabusia fa comment to me ma meche ba for United States of America yakopon shabe ma me roye bi UK e do bibia hwe negative yakopon shawo ye wo hanom say be ma the best of news, best of analysis e simpie betwa agu e wo Ghana biana obenya no your platform is especially politics it misrawo fa comment to na like it body share na for enye bi hwe like it mudi share na for any behwe na bibia ntimi enko so mesraw subscribe to the channel no na enko yenim subscribe na beka busua no ho ani die mu a yakopon hye bia be ma me che bafo mame wo United States of America yakopon hye Royal BTV aba or the series be movies pa kona ko subscribe Royal BTV mi akasa be mame no no kona ko subscribe the channel no na wo so nya de enko so e wona channel no so yakopon hye bibia makraw bye bye.